I think I originally got into Big Brothers Big Sisters because I was bored. I mean, SLO's kind of a small town, and I don't have any siblings, so I always wanted someone, I always wanted, a big brother or someone I could, fool around with and play with. And so I wasn't, of course, that's all I wanted. I wasn't really expecting, to learn life lessons or, get out of my shell and various other things I've learned. But I just really wanted someone to, I just really wanted a big brother.
I became a big brother because I went through a lot as a kid, grew up on the streets, and I've always felt a connection with preteens, and I've always wanted to give back as either a motivational speaker or something. And when I heard about Big Brothers Big Sisters, I just thought it'd be a great organization. I heard good things about it through the community, and I thought I'd just try it. So I got matched with Joshua, and it was awesome. I thought it was funny. I thought because I was a magician, it was going to be such an easy thing because teenagers go, "Oh my God, you do magic," and it wasn't like that. This was this really intelligent, different kind of kid, and so it took a little bit of time to gain his trust and things like that. And I actually learned a lot from him. So it was one of those surprising, weird things that happened. But I got into it because I knew I wanted to give back in some way, and I wanted to do that one-on-one mentoring. And Big Brothers Sisters is a fantastic organization, and I recommend it for anyone that's interested in trying to give back to their community or anything like that. And you'll get more out of it than you expect, that's for sure.
He's there for me as I would imagine a big brother, would be there for their little. And I knew it was a great program because the one-to-one contact is amazing. It's just, it's the big brother and the little brother hanging out together and fooling around. And I really think that's important for any child, especially ones with single parents or, they're not in a very stable home environment. I think that one-to-one contact is very important. And so that's why I wanted to get into it when I got older, and that's why I did it in the high school-based program because I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to do that for a child's life, and because it was a great effect on me, I think it would hopefully I have made a great effect on them.
That's a great question. People had come to me before and said, "Oh, I wish I could do Big Brothers and Big Sisters, but my schedule's so hectic." But if you look at my schedule, I'm juggling several different careers in instance. I got the poker and the magic and the consulting, and I do all these things, and I'm traveling all over the world, and my schedule is completely nuts. And it's not as crazy as you think it is. I mean, I would spend time with Joshua maybe once a month, but we'd spend several hours together. And it wasn't like I had to sit down with him every night to do his homework or anything. It was just an open policy. He knew he could count on me that he could call anytime he wanted. And it might be, you might get together every other week for a couple hours, or it might be, just randomly through the week, or once a month we might get together for several hours to go for a hike, to go see a movie, and just hang out. And maybe on one of those days when I finally have time to myself and I just want to share it with someone else, and it's just not as crazy as people think, and I wish more people would give it a shot because my schedule is about as crazy as it gets, and I don't have free time. But you have to make time in your life, balance-wise, that's not work time, and then you have your family time, and then you have that personal time. You have to do that in life, otherwise you'll go completely crazy. And so the times that I had that were somewhat free, I would share it with Joshua, and I would just give up a little bit of that time, and it really isn't anything. I mean, you have so many hours in a month, and I know people are struggling to find that one extra hour to get some chores done, but it's different when it comes to personal time and mentoring or time with your family. It's like the time is there. It really is. So I would encourage anyone to just give it a shot.
I think my favorite memory with my big brother was pretty much just we were just fooling around. I mean, it's not like he had to buy me ice cream or something, or we had to go to a really nice movie. I mean, just hanging out was honestly the most fun I had with him. I remember we had a giant. He had a giant minivan for some weird reason, and he had this pet alien that was from some movie somewhere, and we would just go around downtown and just wave the little alien's arm. We'd hide behind the door and just have the alien just waving to people and make people laugh or scared or just little pranks like that. And I mean, it was free, I guess, a little bit of gas money, but just little things like that, made a big impact for me.
Without a doubt, one of my favorite moments of being a Big Brother Sister was going to a local business mixer that was held with this one company, good friends of mine, a client of mine I do performances for. And it felt a little awkward because there's all these people, hundreds of people, and the director of Big Brother and Sisters was there. And I just thought, this is weird. This doesn't make any sense. And she had made it to be where Joshua showed up to do a full program. He's like 16 years old at the time, And he gets up out of nowhere, and what's Joshua doing here? This is weird, in a business function, but it's a big city-wide function, so a lot of the who's who in town was there. And they get up and they honor each of us. Joshua honors me and vice versa, and there's this award, and they just kind of publicly made it come together. And what was amazing about it was seeing Joshua get up at 16 in front of 100 people and just command that crowd. I just thought it was insane, because, I mean, even though he started off as a shy kid, he was very intelligent, and I knew that I knew he had a lot to give, but I've never seen him in that light where he's just out there speaking to a crowd with that confidence. I just couldn't believe it, because it took me till I was 25 or 30 before I felt even remotely not terrified to get in front of a crowd. But even, and especially knowing where he came from, when I met him at 12, he was just so shy. It was a completely mind-blowing moment. I mean, I brought tears in my eyes, because to see this kid, it was like, I mean, I didn't do anything except just kind of hang out. I was just his friend / brother, or whatever you call it. And it just to see this kid transform like that was mind-blowing. And then similar to that was around that time I went to San Luis Obispo High School, where he was at, and I watched him in a play, and I was just completely blown away again, because I see the respect other kids had for him, and I was like, this kid what's the problem? This kid's like the cool kid on campus. I mean, he's tall, he's good looking, everyone likes him, he's got all the charisma, and he's got all this ability and skill and talent. And so for me, that was just an amazing moment, because the time I have with him is different than seeing him in his real environment with his friends, or in public speaking type situations. So those are two different situations, but those are two that absolutely stand out among the others.